Choose goddamn deal, man. It's one and only Power Pappy, and we are back with another video. And just want to come over here and talk about why I couldn't do 20 years in the military, 20 years in the Air Force, because I was sitting here thinking, bruh, and November is, around the corner. I separated November of 2012. If I would have stayed in, I would be at year 13. Year 13 in the military, which means I will only have 7 more years left to retirement. You know what I'm saying? And I would have got out right at 39. So still plenty of life left. So sometimes I think about that. But the reason I couldn't do 20 years is 2 reasons, bro. One is security forces, right? Security forces is not a bad job, but to do that job for 20 years that will be a task. That would be a task, bro. From being a patrolman to being a Raven and going back to a gate guard and this and that. You ran all this gear, you stand on your legs, you bruh. No. I mean, granted, as you continue to make rank, E5, E6, E7, you can go to the back office jobs or be flight chief or whatever the case may be. But with being security forces, if you add security forces plus bad leadership, bruh, you won't survive. Hell, I didn't survive. That's why I only did 6 years. Security forces job plus bad leadership, yeah, nah. A recipe for disaster. And to be honest, your leadership will make or break your military career. You know what I'm saying? If you got bad leadership, dog, you gonna grow to hate the military because of the people that's over you, that's in charge of you, that make the decisions. Because you're going to see that some of these people they just not smart, bro. They make the dumbest decisions. For an example, just to give y'all some insight of what type of decision these people are making, right? Let's just say it's easier to drink or eat soup with a spoon, right? Leadership will tell you, hey, I know it's easy to drink soup with a spoon, but we gonna eat soup with a fork now. And you just sitting there like, it's like the more rank you get, the less common sense these people get. And it just be so wild to me, because along with the bad decisions, it'll be people backing them bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? It's like ain't no way that this makes sense. You feel me? So it really just be hard. And when you have bad leadership, it leads to mental health issues, because it's like, bro, you're stuck in a contract. You're stuck in an enlistment. Like, you can't just quit this job because you're not messing with them no more. Like, nah, you gotta go through the suck of this career field, of this job. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people become mean. They become angry. They become alcoholics. They do drugs, because they have to do something to mask this anger or this depression that they may go through to, you know what I'm saying, to try to cope. So me personally, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, bruh, if I don't do security forces and I have a cool little office job and my leadership is cool, I really think with where I'm at in life now, with how mature I done got, since the military, I think I could have done 20 years. But with that, I know I couldn't do 20 years because I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Everybody is not made to be an NCO. Everybody is not made to be a leader. Everybody is not made to be a decision maker. Even though I can lead, I just wasn't being an NCO and having troops. that was not my thing, bro. And you can't be a 20-year senior airman. I'd never seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was a tech sergeant and lost a couple of strikes because you got in trouble or this and that, whatever the case may be. But you can't do a whole 20 years as an airman, bro. And so, and I know that, I knew that, and so it's just I was gonna be placed in a position to where, you know, it don't go by age in the military, it go by rank. So nigga, you could be 31, you could be a 31-year-old A1C senior airman, and I'm a 26-year-old E5 and I'm your supervisor. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you older than me, but you have to listen to me because I am your superior by rank and not by age. And you know, some people can't handle that. Some people can't fathom that, you know, they got a 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old telling a 30-year-old what to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just wasn't with that. And then having to keep tabs on your troops and make sure you lead them in the right direction, you know, steering them in the right path and making sure they straight, man, hell no. And like I said in a previous video, I think E5 is the babysitting rank, and I'm just not a babysitting ass dude. Like, come on, bro, get together. Like, I know I'm your supervisor, but come on with it, bro. You know what the military standard is. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I was the type that could be an NCO, I could do 20 years. I could have done 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Because contrary to belief, the military life is not hard. It's a 9-to-5 job. There is no difference. Wait, there is some differences. You might you do PT, you gotta say yes sir, no sir, you gotta salute the officers, but that's really the only difference between working in the military and a civilian job. You got supervisors, you got the big boss, you got all that in the military. You know, so I was just thinking about that just now, and a lot of people want to know why, you know, I didn't do 20 years. Not because I didn't think it's bad to 20 years. It's not worth it. Especially if you security force and you got bad leadership. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth your mental health. And if the military don't prioritize mental health better, there are going to be incidents that happen, because you never know when people are going to snap. And you know, another thing about the NCOs, you know, a lot of people abuse their rank. You know, they talk to you, they belittle you because they are a certain rank and you're an airman. You know, so man, the power struggle people go through. You know, you could tell who was lame in high school. You could tell who ain't getting no women in high school, because as soon as they got that rank, they E5, E6, they became a whole different person, bro. A whole different person. And that's not cool to me, bro. That's not cool to me. Treat people with respect, regardless of the uniform. Talk to people with some sense. I don't care if it's the military, bro. Just because we're in the military don't mean that gives you the right to talk to people all harsh and all hard. You know, some people, it's not gonna take exception to that. Only people that will take exception to that is people that don't have a backbone and they're scared of you. Nah, bro. Nah. So when it was my time to separate, I was in my last year, I was seeing where the Air Force was headed, and I was like, I can't be a part of this, bro. I cannot be a part of this. But thinking back on it, could I have done 20 years? Yes, if I was in a different job, you know what I'm saying, and had supreme leadership. Because some people be having the most cake job and leadership be on point. You know, you just hope and pray that you get that, because it makes the job easy to do. Like, you wouldn't mind getting up and going to work, because you know your supervisor gonna have your back. You know your flight chief is not gonna make no stupid decisions. They're not gonna hold you. So, but that's what makes the military bad. It's the NCOs. That's what make it bad, bro. But other than that, if you willing to look past that, man, like, do them 20 years, bro. I'm rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that, dang, I could have had 7 more years left. 7 more years it seemed like a lot, but me looking at my civilian life now, I'm like, bro, 7 years kind of flew by. You know, so I don't know, but that's just my little random video for today. That's why I couldn't do 20 years in the Air Force, but yeah, that's that on that. So if you took anything from this video, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications, and I'll check y'all next one, bro.